Hello all. Let us now discuss about event and also types of events. So first of all, let us try to understand what is an event. Let us try to understand with the help of an example. Then we will discuss about the definition. Say for example, I roll a die. So what are the possible outcomes? When I say outcomes, which is nothing but the sample space, right? So what are the uh, possible outcomes here? It could be either one or two or three or four or five or six, right? Say for example, three appears on the dice, then three is an event. Two appears on the dice and two is the event. So what is meant by event? Event is the outcome or a collection of outcomes of an experiment. So what is the outcome I said here? It could be getting two, or it could be getting three or four or five or six. Anyways, it is an event, right? So event is the outcome or a collection of outcomes of an experiment. Or let us take another example. In case if I want to find out the event for getting even numbers, okay, event for even numbers. So what are the possibilities? What are the events? 2, 4 and 6. Likewise, in case if I want to find out for prime numbers, then it is like a 1. Is 1 a prime number? No. So 2, 3 and 5. So if we try for odd numbers, then it is 1, 3 and 5, right? So these are basically outcomes or the collection of outcomes, or it can be an outcome which is basically called as an event. So now let us discuss about an example. Say we just roll a dice and also we toss a coin simultaneously. What are the possible events, right? Let us now take the coin part. So when you consider coin, either it can be heads or it can be tail, head or tail. So these can be the outcomes. If you take the dice, it can be 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. Now what is the question? Roll a dice and toss a coin simultaneously. What are the possible events such that the coin has heads? So we are just considering only the heads. It can be because we are tossing it simultaneously, right? So it can be head with 1 or head with 2, head with 3, head with 4, head with 5 or head with 6. Perfect. So let us now look into the solution. Can you see that? Because the question is about the head and in the die it can be either 1 or 2 or 3 or up to 6. So now we know what is event. The event can be an independent event or mutually exclusive event or exhaustive event. So let us now look into an example. Say you are given a task, you are given a coin, you are supposed to toss the coin 100 times and you need to note down the outcome. Outcome means here it could be either head or tail. But here the question is that you are getting the outcome for the first 99 times you are getting head. So now the question is, what is the probability to get head in 100th outcome? Just think for a minute. I have seen people immediately they say that this time also we will get head. How can we say that this time we can get a head? How many times if we toss the coin also, it can be either head or tail, right? First 99 times we got head. Then it doesn't mean that 100th time also we would be getting the head. So what is the outcome now? Probability of getting a head is equal to event divided by sample space. What is the sample space? Head or tail. So number of sample space is 2 and the probability of getting a head is 1. So it is 1 by 2. Perfect. So now, why do we call this as independent event? Whether we get head or tail, it is independent of the previous events. It is not dependent on the previous events. So, which is basically called as independent events. The next one, mutually exclusive events. So, now consider an example of rolling a die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? So there are two events. Event 1 or event X is getting an even number. Event Y is getting an odd number. So when we talk about even number, it could be 2, 4, 6. If you take this one for Y, it could be 1, 3, and 5. Right? Now, if you check with this X and Y, is anything common? 2 is not here, 4 is not here, 6 is not here. So can we say that mutually exclusive? Mutually exclusive, it's completely different. So we can say that two events, X and Y, cannot occur together. It's not occurring together. You can see that, right? So you can see that it is not occurring together. At the same time, if I am doing, for example, X is say odd number and Y say prime number. Okay. So now let us try with this X odd number means it could be 1, 3 and 5. If you find for prime numbers 2, 3 and 5. Now, can you please tell me whether it is mutually exclusive? It is not mutually exclusive. Can you see that? Because 3 and 5 are there, right? So, in this case, we can't say that we can't say that it is mutually exclusive. What I mean is, it's not mutually exclusive, right? There are some outcome in common, right? So this is about mutually exclusive event. So two events are mutually exclusive if they cannot occur at the same time. We got like 2, 4, 6, 1, 3, 5, completely different, right? This is mutually exclusive. And the last one is exhaustive event. So what is meant by exhaustive event? Let's get an example. So again, event of getting odd number, let this be X. Event of getting even number, let this be Y. So if I write X and Y together, what I would be getting? If I write it together, I would be getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? So what I'm saying here, X union Y, right? I'm getting this. In case if you write a sample space for a die, what do we get? Sorry. Uh, in case if you write sample space for a die, what do we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, right? So what I'm saying here, you get two events. When you find the union of two events, if you get the entire sample space, then it is basically exhaustive events. Hope it is clear, right? These two events are known as exhaustive events because X and Y, when you find the union, what do we get here? We get the entire sample space. So what did we discuss? We have discussed about event. Event is nothing but outcome or collection of outcomes, right? And then we have discussed about the three types of events: independent event, then the next one, mutually exclusive, and the last one, exhaustive. Independent means, what do you remember? That 99 trials head. What is the probability of getting head in the 100th one? So I told you that this is independent of the remaining 99 times. So it is independent event. Mutually exclusive, what is the example you should remember? Say odd number and even number. It is completely exclusive, right? It is completely different. There is no common elements, no common outcomes, right? If you find out intersection, there is nothing in common. What is meant by exhaustive? If you find union, X union Y, you would be getting the sample space. Hope it is clear to everyone what is an event and what are the types of events. So we will meet in the next video. Thank you.